Welcome back to English class. Children at Work. This story is an extract from the book From Thrash on Rack Picker Children and Recycling, written by Geeta Ulf, Anushka Ravishankar, and Orjit Sen. And to know about the author, Geeta Ulf have written more than 17 books for children and adults. She is regarded as one of the most creative writer in contemporary Indian publishing. Many of her children's books have won the major international awards. Anushka Ravishankar has successfully been a very good writer. She is an international acclaimed Indian writer. She has wrote 18 books for her credit. Orjit Sen is a graphic designer from Ahmedabad. Since 1988, he worked on diverse graphic, exhibition and textile design related to projects. He is the co-founder of People Tree. Have you ever noticed a child roaming in railway station or a bus depot or anywhere else in a common place with a big sack or a big carry bag with them, picking up unwanted papers, tumblers, plastic bottles, glass, cans, etc.? If yes is your answer, then you have seen a rack picker there. Yes, children, today we are going to know a story how a boy called Velu is forced to become a rack picker, reaching out to a metropolitan city like Chennai. Children at Work is a sensible story which focuses on the life of slum children. It is based on the real life experiences of street children in Chennai. This is a story of Velu, an 11-year-old boy who has run away from home. He travelled without a ticket and was luckily enough not to get caught by the ticket collector during his journey. He had not eaten anything for 2 days, bearing some peanuts and a piece of janggery. He felt extremely weak, hungry, and lonely as he reached Chennai station. Velu had run away from his home because his father used to ill-treat him and his sisters by taking away all their hard-earned money and spending it on drink. His father was a drunkard who would beat his children every day, so he left his village in search of a good job. When Velu reached the station, a poor rag picker girl named Jaya identified him as a runaway from home. She understood that Velu was very hungry and offered to fetch him some food. Velu took some time to decide, but then, unable to bear his hunger and not knowing where to go, he ran after her and started walking together. They walked and walked. After an hour's walk, they stopped in front of a big building. The sign on the building read, Sri Rajarajeshwari Prasanna Kalyana Mandapam. Velu asked the girl if they were going to eat there. The girl smiled and she went back of the Kalyana Mandapam. That led him to a garbage bin behind the hall. The girl picked up a squashy banana and offered it to Velu and asked him to eat. Velu was shocked. He asked if they were going to eat the leftover food which was in the garbage. The girl disagreed and replied him that she ate only untouched food. She threw him a vada. Velu refused to eat it first, but couldn't resist for a longer time as he was extremely hungry. Somehow he managed to gulp the banana and vada down his throat, after which he felt much better. As Velu followed Jaya to her house, He saw a house which could not be called a house, which was made of broken street sheet and other useless materials like an old tire, bricks, plastic sheets, etc. Jaya went and dumped her sack outside a hut. Then she picked up an empty sack. As Velu was in a barefoot, she gave him a pair of old shoes without laces. She handed him a sack and stick also. Unknowing the reason, he got the sack and stick from her. Velu was confused. Then Jaya explained that she was a rag picker. This was only work she could give him if he wanted. Children like her collected papers, unwanted plastics, glass, etc. Then they sell them to Jaggu of Jambasa. Jaggu then sells them to a factory. This time Velu really hesitated. He hadn't come to Chennai to dig through all the garbages and collect the waste materials. However, he felt he must do it until he finds a better job. So he had to follow her with no choice. This is how children, Velu, a 11-year boy, becomes a rag picker in metropolitan city. The story tells us the harsh reality of life of a child in the street. It also focuses on child right and child labor.